Hey guys, it's Nick, and I'm gonna be doing a little live pack opening today. I'm gonna open up 4 or 5 gold premium packs, and then either a playoff pack or a legendary. Haven't quite decided yet. Um, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow. When the divisional playoff packs come out, that's when they're supposed to release them. Not the divisional packs, but the divisional cards. And they haven't announced what cards yet, but they're gonna release them tomorrow. Probably around 11 or 12 Eastern time. I won't be able to do a video until 3:30, 4 o'clock, but you guys should look forward to that. I probably won't complete the collection until Thursday or Friday because I'm only gonna buy 2 or 3 packs tomorrow. Because there's no real sense to go all out for the collection tomorrow because there is no real reward card, such as Al Harris, T.O., and Mark Brunell. So you should probably save your Microsoft points for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday when they will release the more high-end cards that are only available for 24 hours. And today is your last day to pull fantasy cards, but by the time you see this video, they will already be pulled out of gold premium packs. So that is why I'm buying gold premium packs right now, trying to pull fantasy cards to sell tomorrow on the auction block for a minimum, and they will sell. I've already pulled a lot of them, so this is an effective strategy. And they're already selling. So when they get pulled out of packs, they will sell even more. So if you get to see this video beforehand, I would suggest going and buying gold premium packs and trying to pull fantasy cards and selling them. Or if you're in need of fantasy cards, I would go and try to pull them right now, because once they're gone, and they will be extremely hard to get. And rookie cards you may think are good to sell, but they're really not. They're actually really easy to pull in these gold premium packs. And then the cards that people need, they will go buy, but if they have dedication, they really don't need to go buy. I went and bought 3 of the cards I needed, I think, because I just didn't feel like pulling gold premium packs for them anymore. Really haven't gotten a fantasy card yet, and I'm pretty disappointed about it. I actually have been pulling gold premium, or not gold premium, I've been pulling fantasy cards so far in these gold premium packs, so I'm actually pretty surprised I haven't pulled one yet. But I should get a couple of them in the playoff or legendary pack, whichever one I choose. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for a Tebow Watt card, since this is probably the last day they will be available. Oh, here we go, fantasy Cam Newton. Oh, fantasy Rob Ninkovich. 2 fantasy cards in 1 pack. That is pretty good, I do have to say. So that actually helps me out a lot. Rob Ninkovich's are pretty common, and so are Cam Newton's, but they do sell. Even for commons, they do sell. Some commons do not sell, such as, like, I don't know, actually if they're fantasy, they do sell. Actually, I take that back. If they're fantasy, they'll sell. The extremely rare fantasies can go over 30k, which is amazing. But pretty much every fantasy will sell if it's a fantasy card because they have boosted stats. So even if they don't want to put it into the collection, they can use it in their actual deck. Like, I'm using a fantasy Ed Reed in my actual deck, a fantasy Michael Vick, and a fantasy Deshaun Jackson. I tried to sell a rookie edition Cam Newton on the auction block, and it just didn't sell, so that's why I gave up, because he is the probably the highest selling rookie card. So if he doesn't sell, it's most likely that no rookie cards or not no, because they do sell, but your rookie card will not sell. So just take that into consideration. That Rob Ninkovich I pulled was an 88, I think, or an 84. So he's drastically increased from that Rob Ninkovich. I'll pull a couple more packs here, guys, and then we'll move on to the playoff collection, or not collection, playoff pack. Come on, something good. Fantasy Miles Austin. See, I pulled so many fantasy. Jake Locker actually might be a good sell for fantasy because he's one of the guys I had to buy, but I'm not sure. He's probably not that rare. I just couldn't pull him. I'm actually running wrong on space for cards, so I'm gonna have to throw this on the auction. I might be out of space. No, I'm not out of space. Let's see here. I'm gonna actually have to throw up some more cards because when I buy the I think I'm gonna buy a playoff because I don't have room. When I buy the playoff, I'm gonna get a jersey, and I'm gonna get 2 jerseys, so they're gonna take up space, and I'm gonna get 2 more contracts, so they're gonna take up space. I'm actually gonna buy that right now. This is actually your last day to pull Watt, Tebow, Johnson, and Demaryius Thomas. So if you haven't been able to pull them yet, or you haven't acquired them, which it's very hard to believe that you haven't acquired Demaryius Thomas or Calvin Johnson, but if you haven't been able to acquire Tebow or Watt, this is your last chance to acquire them. So I would suggest buying a gold premium or lots of gold premiums or a playoff pack. Well, you know, you could get another Demaryius Thomas. You know, that's always special. Nick Collins, Asante Samuels, and Jordan Gross. I did not get a single fantasy card. So that's special. Packers 2010 alternative. All black alternative. I already have both of these jersey cards. I could just sell this for 5,000 coins. I've reached my auction limit. Okay, well, this is kind of interesting. I'll throw my Demaryius Thomas on the trade. So here, can I throw this on the trade? I've reached my trade limit. Well, this is kind of interesting. I'm gonna buy one more gold premium. Let's just discard these two. I'll go buy a couple more gold premiums for you guys. Try to grab a couple more fantasies, and then I'll show you the couple fantasy cards that I got today. But that was a pretty bad playoff pack. I feel like Watt and Tebow are just gay and rare and suck a giant cock. So if you want Tebow and Watt, yeah, you're gonna have to either pay top end dollar or pretty much just give up on him because Tebow is just so rare. I was super lucky to pull him on my first pack. I really don't know how it happened. I just kind of tore my first pack open, looked up, and there was Tim Tebow. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Tim Tebow. But from there on out, I just have not been able to pull Tebow. I pulled Watt in one pack, and that's about how it's gone, guys. Tebow and Watt are just extremely rare. Demaryius Thomas is the easiest to get. Calvin Johnson is a little bit harder, and that's just about how it goes. So if you acquire Demaryius Thomas in a pack, don't think you're some type of badass because he is super easy to get. And Calvin Johnson is a little bit harder, but he's still really easy to get. At one point I had about 7 Calvin Johnsons, but I traded them, sold them, given a couple away because they were just taking up space, so I gave one away to a friend. And it's actually really bad full premium. So I'm going to pull one more and then I'm going to show you the fantasy cards that I have. Okay, come on, show me the money, show me the money. Don't think I got one. Yeah, nothing. Okay. I will go show you guys my fantasy cards, and I'll wrap this video up. This is actually a really long video. Okay, on my auction block, let's see here. I have Brandon Flowers, Week 7 Fantasy, Josh Freeman, Week 6 Fantasy, Tony Romo, Week 10 Fantasy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Week 12 Fantasy, Beanie Wells, Week 12 Fantasy. Could actually might be able to complete the Week 12 Fantasy on another account. Charlie Pepper, week 9 fantasy. George Wilkinson, week 5 fantasy. I think that might be it for my selling. And I have some in my cards. Okay, Rob Ninkovich, you watch me pull him, week 10 fantasy. Dan Orlovsky, week 13 fantasy. Ahmad Bradshaw, week 6 fantasy. I have Antonio Cromartie, but I pulled him in a pack, week 2 fantasy, but I'm not selling him. Cam Newton, week 8 fantasy. Marcus Colston, week 6 fantasy. Miles Austin, week 2 fantasy. Atagwe, week 6 fantasy. Deshaun Jackson, week 4 fantasy. Michael Vick, week 4 fantasy. And I think that's it. Yeah, they don't get up this high except for my Ed Reed card, week 1 fantasy. There is a 99 fantasy. There's a couple 99 fantasy cards that you can be on the lookout for. It's Drew Brees. I think he's a 99 fantasy, and Tom Brady is a 99 fantasy card. Those are the only two 99 fantasy cards I know about, and then Ed Reed is the next high fantasy card at a 98. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I've been getting comments. I actually got a message about my team skill. My team skill is not actually a 93. I can get my team skill all the way up to a 98. I've actually gotten it up to a 99. But I move players around in my team. I have a 94 Deshaun Jackson. I have no quarterback in right now. I have no right outside linebacker in right now. And that is why my chemistry is so low, because I have no idea why. My offensive line doesn't have the right people in it to have a high chemistry, but I have good people in my offensive line. My wide receiver core, that's another reason. I think if I insert Michael Vick, it goes up and up, it goes down, because Deshaun Jackson's not the #1 receiver. But if I tinkered around with this for like a half an hour, I could get it to 100% chemistry. But I just don't care that much. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and maybe a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because I would really appreciate it. And I'll check you guys later, guys. Peace out.